am so cold. Let me plug in my electric blanket. Where's the plug? There it is. It's so cold. It's just cold. I don't turn on my heater at my house. I never turn on the heater. So, because I like the cold generally speaking, but if I'm going to be sitting in one spot for a while, then the cold... It's not, honestly, it's livable. It's just less than ideal. Oh, this is the wrong one. There we go, sorry about that. Hello, hello. Where's my face? Hello? Hi. Beep, 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 beep. So today I've turned on the deep... Also, what is going on with these headphones? Okay, I got new headphones. Wait, I got... Oh, that's so weird. Okay, I guess I'm just really, really, really not used to being able to like hear out my headphones. So now I can actually hear my voice coming out of my mouth instead of just hearing it from the headphones, which is a really, really weird feeling for me. Anyways, I got new headphones on at Belinda's suggestion. So, because my ones that I've been using up to this point, they give me bruises on my ears if I wear them for too long. So, less than ideal, but maybe I'll stop yelling so much when I stream. I end up yelling really loud, I feel like, when I stream. So maybe I'll stop doing that. Hi, afternoon, everyone. Also, I will say that this stream is an experiment. Oops, what just happened? Why did everything collapse? This stream is an experiment. I've never turned on the DVR, so now you can actually go backwards in the stream. Tell me if, like... Yeah, it has more open ear cups, but... Oh, it's more than that. Oh, I can tell. Even if I press the ear cups against my head. Yeah, there's like opening, like the ear cups themselves are open. That's so weird. That's so weird. It's almost like passed through or something. Anyways. I've never turned on DVR for a stream, which just basically means you can like scroll back on it. So tell me if that if it like adds an insane amount of lag or something. Also, I can't see chat. Oh, I can't see chat on the screen. Okay, cool. Love that. Chat. I am not happy with Streamlabs chat. Or not Streamlabs, not happy with, I am not happy with Stream Elements' chat. These days. Or ever. Why isn't it showing up? Why is YouTube chat not showing up? There it is. Only took me refreshing it twice. What's with that? Okay. So weird. Okay, anyways, let's get to it. So, today we're gonna be doing the head angles on this lovely, beautiful, gorgeous model. For Fululu, the VTuber that this model's for, and also the artist are linked down in the description if you're interested. She asked for high range of movement on her head. So we're gonna do just that. Obviously I've done pretty much all the setup. I draw all of the art meshes myself. I don't do really any automatic except for some, like, for shadows I'll do automatic. For like big tails I'll do automatic. Everything else I just manually draw the art meshes. For a few reasons, depending on what it is. Mostly efficiency. Glasses don't move. These kind of glasses are a flat plane, so I don't really want them to have any kind of deformation beyond that. I could have honestly even simplified this more, but... And what else? We got, when you want to do hair, I want to deform it along the actual separation points of the hair. Especially for the X and Y. For like curves and contours like this, it's a lot easier to make a 3D look when it's already drawn to the deformation of the body. Same with this. What else? Yeah. And then the other reason is, what was I saying? Anyways, yeah, mostly for optimization and for like 3D-ness. And also it just makes it makes my neurons fire when I see all these nicely drawn art meshes. I mean, look at that. So pretty. Triangle's the strongest shape. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I've not really done much on this model yet at all, really. I've done a slight amount of eye stuff. I've put all of the head XY stuff into the deformers. Not fully, but at least what we're going to be doing today. So at least that's set up. So let's just get right to it, shall we? Let's see. I'm just gonna collapse everything because I hate how Live2D like does that. It like uncollapses things automatically. Okay, I'm gonna hide all the shadows because we really don't care or want them right now. Hello, Belinda. How are you this day? Hope you're well. We're gonna hide the ears. Where are the ears? Here they are. That's good. I still kind of like to keep the hair back because it kind of gives me a reference point. No bueno. Ah, I hate that. I hate that. I'm so sorry. I hope it gets better. Okay. Wait, why aren't the cheek tattoos part of the face? Let's just do that. There we go. Okay. Crime YouTube doesn't have animated emotes. I know, right? Hopefully my day's going better. It's going pretty okay, honestly. It's an average day. I'm wearing the headphones you suggested. Honestly, the pass-through is freaking me out. I didn't realize how much my old headphones were like restricting my sound. And now I'm like, I can hear myself. Ah! How's the comfort? It's definitely very comfortable. Definitely very comfortable. Big plus. Okay, so I start by moving it to the general shape, and then I can increase the number of Bezier curves and start doing the more detailed stuff. So We're supposed to do high range of head movement, huh? Let's see how far we can push this. So now, once I've gotten this general shape, I can start just going with the brush tool. Getting some real good specifics in here. I won't know if I've pushed it too far until I get to the face, but you know what? We will find out. Also, I feel like it's kind of hard to tell actually how far you've rotated it with your warp deformer on, because you're influenced by the contours of the warp deformer, so I like to just hide it and see what's going on there. You can also deform it while it's off too, but in fact I don't like that. A new headset or just new cups? A whole new headset, yeah. Oh, you know what's wrong? Just this whole thing needs to be moved over. There we go. Now we're starting to push it. Push it to the limit. Something like that. Okay, let's see if the face can actually keep up. So I always start by just collapsing it like that. Let's go with 4, maybe even 5. Yeah, 5. I always like to keep 1 at the eye level, 1 at the mouth level, 1 at the eyebrow level. Honestly, we could go even farther than that, because it's not quite right. There we go, right in the middle of the eyes is where I want it. Although, to start with, I guess we should just do that. I think these features are something Maya or Blender could integrate into future, or are they too bespoke? Features as in warp deformers? I believe that Maya and Blender already have such a concept. They have these like 3D, they're called if I were to name them, I think they're called transform values, or transform volumes. I don't know if that's actually what they're called, but they're just like they're like 3D cubes, and then you can like move one of the vertices of the cube and it deforms it within it. Yeah, Blender has warp and lattice deform. That's right, lattice deform. I feel like we could go farther than this. Also, I just realized that I've been doing all of this. I'm a huge facepalm. I've been doing all of this and I haven't set a single keyform, so I have to undo the whole thing. However, I can at least copy what I've done. Let's see if it'll even go back that far. Have I screwed the pooch? Okay, good. Woof! That was close. That's a stupid dumb move on my part. In fact, I'm actually gonna turn on lock default deformer because that was a stupid dumb on my part. Okay. You know what pisses me off? There's no way in Live2D to reset a deformer back to its default shape. You can do it for art meshes, but not in deformers. And that bothers me. I actually want to do this because I wanted to take the nose out of the face. I don't usually have the nose in the face because it ends up doing something so completely different than the rest of everything else that I just keep it outside the face. Like that. We're not even close to being done with the face right now, though. No, don't do that. I feel like we could go farther. Forgot that that does that. And then push these out. This is the first time I'm using such a detailed warp deformer. I usually don't use such a detailed warp deformer, but I want to see if this helps. Yeah, now we're starting to get somewhere. I think we can go farther than that, though. Push it to the limit. Past the point of no return. Da, 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 da. I think I went to a different song there. Oh, shoot. So what I hate about what I hate about using smooth warp deformers, which is what I'm doing right now, is that if you then want to edit it, it like... So if you do this and then try to smooth it out, it tries to correct the stuff that you've made and you lose all that stuff, so... Let's see if we can go this far. That's true if you have really high number of Bezier curves like this, and then you try to go to a lower one, it also freaks out then too, but that's a little more forgivable. Her brow bone could stick out a little bit more. I also like having the brow bone stick out because it also like makes the eyelashes pop out a little bit more. And I think that looks good. I like having the eyes dip like this. I think we can go farther. What do you guys think? I think this is probably it though. Exercise time? Okay, okay. Let's see here. Face and head, I think both. I think on her chin's popped out a little bit. Oops. I hate that. Okay. That's her mouth. We'll deal with that a bit. But, I'm always very conflicted about where to put the chin. Because I know technically like an anime character, wish I could draw. technically an anime character, like their nose comes out and then like their chin is like jutting out, right? But with my own mind's eye, it doesn't quite look right in Live2D. Maybe it's because I'm bringing that too far out. You think it's too far out? Even more? I will say though that this is not, depends on how far back the chin goes on a side reference. Well, I don't have a side reference. That's kind of the problem. Unfortunately. Find the original artist. I do that sometimes. So, yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know. I actually don't agree that this looks good. I think actually, despite what everyone says, I'm actually going to push it back out. Because, yeah, 3D wise, it doesn't quite work like that. Oh! What did I just do? There we go. What is this? Oh, it's the neck. Also, we're not done. Like, this isn't the last part of the turn. There's like more steps, but we can't do them yet. Which is those steps are gonna pull the chin upwards. Yeah, so. Speaking of, let's just do that. So the next step is that you go to temporary deform and you go to distort. And you distort the left up and the right down such that it passes through the middle again. Just a little bit. And then you go to temporary deform and go to perspective. And do the same thing. Where you make this end smaller and this end bigger. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Actually, I don't think I like that I did a distort. I'm just gonna do the perspective only. Because 3D wise, this side of the head is going farther away from you, and this side of the head is getting slightly closer to you. Just slightly. Ever so slightly. I should make this neck a little longer, huh? Oh. I know, you can't move the default. You turned on that setting. I'm sure we'll see it on the other side. Anyways, so 3D wise, the line connecting the chin to the neck should also show up at a certain... What? 3D wise, the line connecting the chin to... Yes, but we're not going that far. We're not going quite that far. Maybe I will try to push it farther later. I want to see... A lot of this also has to do with the nose. So we're going to do the nose now. And we're going to turn off smoothing. When someone commissions a rig, they should really provide keyframe references for looking in different direction because you're doing animations along with throwing. It would be nice, but yeah, just unlikely that the artist will take time to do that. Oops. So actually I should turn... So right now I have this full line here, this full nose line which will show up. This nose line is actually inverted masked to this. No, not that one. Where is it? Where is it? Is it in the face? Where did I keep that mask? Nose line mask. Oh, here it is. It is in face. Okay. So, as we turn, the whole thing will show up. So obviously I just wanted to look at it so I can know where to put it. Wow, I need a lot more deformations on this. Let's try like 14. Oop, nope. I actually should have done this before I did the perspective thing. Well, I guess I can still change it. Oh shoot, but I did that too. Okay, fine. Always make friends with your riggers and UV mappers. So you want to make sure that the outsides of the warp deformer kind of stay correct relative to the like objects around it. In this case, the eyes. So you can see that this outside of the deformer actually stays pretty much at exactly the same spot on the eyes, and that's doesn't need to be perfect, but that's pretty good. Too sharp. Do I need even more? A little bit, yeah. So the reason it's getting really sharp is because the art mesh itself is like collapsing down. So we gotta pull it back out. That's less than ideal. But pretty good. I can give this just a little bit of push. No, I can't. I can fix that later. I have a more feathered, what's it called? Mask somewhere. Oh. I actually used the wrong one. I have them both on the same side. Oops. Oh well. In fact, I'll just delete this one. R. Okay. Yeah, we can definitely go a lot farther with this. In fact, I'm gonna try to undo the perspective. I mostly did that to show that you do that, but I shouldn't have done it yet. Okay. So sorry, Dork Angle. Ripperoonies. Hello, Giuliano. Welcome. We're Live2D rigging ahead. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. I'm satisfied with this change I've just made, except that this could be a little more. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Actually, I'm going to these come on. All this like eyeshadow, that's what it's called, eyeshadow. I'm gonna have it masked to the head color because right now it's not. And so when it goes off the edge, it's just gonna go off the edge. Which we're totally fine with the eyelashes going off the edge, but we don't want the eyeshadow going off the edge. So even though this actually I'm not even really bothering that much with the eye right because it's going to be deleted anyways, but for visual purposes, let's do that. Eyelid? I don't have any of this stuff organized because there's no reason to. Okay, let's try that. Let's see what that looks like. Not really any different because it's only barely going off the edge. And speaking of, the other thing we need to do is that this thing here, which is the shadow of the head. See this shadow that goes along the side of the head? We need to fix that. Chin's jutting out just a little bit too much, huh? Like that. I think that's looking good. What do you guys think? I think this is looking pretty good. You know, it's actually kind of funny because the way HoloLive by default rigs their faces, the whole face is flat, right? And that's fine. But I can't I can't nor do I want to rig like that. But sometimes I feel like maybe because of the difference in style, kind of turns out strange compared to what you might expect from a Live2D model. Maybe I will bring the chin back just a little. I think the face is correct, but I think the chin. Like that. Okay. If they made the new models with more improvement, it'd make the old models look bad by comparison. Yeah. Anyways. Well, that's so... yeah, that is one of the reasons. Actually, there's a whole... Himono Sensei did a whole thread on Twitter about why even when they get, like, riggers who can do incredible things, they get nerfed. And that's one of the biggest reasons why, is because they have to have parity. Anyways, as you can just see, I selected everything that I wanted to mirror the movement on. Made sure I had this parameter selected. If you just click this and go reflect motion, and then choose reflect horizontally and use the center of the canvas, and make sure the center of the canvas is actually the center of the canvas, you have to do half the amount of work. Is it easier to start from scratch or work around a template? I see. Talking to Nuos about 3D. I don't know about 3D. This ain't 3D chat. Although it didn't grab... Oh, right, because of course I haven't done the mask yet. The mask needs to be copied and reflected by itself. Is Gura's cat outfit still the worst rigged model from an agency VTuber? Must have been a mess behind the scenes. I forgot about that outfit, to be honest. I mean, honestly, like, Gura's base model was the issue, I feel like. But yeah, that was pretty rough. That was pretty rough. She doesn't even use that model anymore, huh? I guess it'd be kind of weird to get a 2.0 of a not your base model. Although someone did. Wait, who was it that got like a re-rig of like their kimono or something like that? Who was that? I'm thinking I also, I don't normally do this, but I'm thinking because I feel like it ends up looking really weird. But I think I want to put like a little 3D-ness on the eyeball itself. Fake cat, no bottom teeth. Geriatric cat. Didn't get the subreddit closed. Oh god. Did it really? The subreddit closed because of that outfit? That's rough, buddy. That's rough, buddy. Okay, I'm gonna call this eyeball XY. I've tried to do this before. I feel like it looked so weird, but you know what? It's always worth trying again. Depends on the type of on the like style of the model and stuff. So like, I always feel like this looks really good. Like the iris curving like this, I feel like looks really good. But to be fair, I guess that's, I already have a thing that does that. So there's a, if we go to, in a second when we go to, actually that looks pretty good. You know what? Actually, that does look pretty good. I actually quite like that. I have a parameter. I'll show you. Actually, let me just artificially show you right here. So there's this depth parameter. So that's what it's gonna look like in the end. So this changes the depth of the eye automatically as she looks up and down and stuff. So that's what it's gonna look like. And then in this direction, we'll go a little bit this way. Okay, actually, yeah, that looks good. Actually, I'm a genius. We're not gonna worry about this eye because we're not rigging that eye right now. Kiara got an ass re-rig, so anything is possible. Just comes down to how hard the talent pushes for it. That's true. I mean, didn't Gura just recently realize? I watched a clip from like right before her break where she realized that her mouth line was really wobbly. She's like, was my mouth, has my mouth always been wobbly? Yeah, Gura, it has. Sure has. Sure has. That was really funny. All of Myth could probably use an update on rigging for base models, the amount of time that has passed. Not Kiara. Definitely not Kiara. And honestly, I've actually always thought that Callie's is pretty good. Ame's is passable. Ina's is fine too. It's just Gura mostly. I just can't believe it took her that long to realize. I noticed immediately. Oops. Let's fix that. Let's actually not put the eye white in there. There's no point in anyways. It's a flat color. There we go. That looks good. I'm pleased with myself. I've been watching a lot more riggers recently, and I noticed that what a lot of them do, which I'm kind of surprised about, is that they put like the eyes in their own warp deformer, and then they'll put the mouth in their own warp deformer, but they'll keep the nose in the face warp deformer, which I think is wacky because for me, I do it based on how much things move, and basically a face is a plane except for the nose. The nose is like a mountain in the middle of the face. So I just like everything is moving along that same plane except for the nose. And even then I used to put the nose in it, but it just got too fiddly, so I stopped doing that. But I was watching people be like I even put the blush in the same warp deformer, and I was like, yeah, I just put everything in the same warp deformer. Everything except for the nose. It's all here, baby. It's all here. Look at that. Look at that face. Look at her go. Man. So beautiful. She's beauty, she's grace. She's all up in your face. I don't like how this is, actually, we need to do a couple more adjustments on the face, now that I think about it. Because the cheeks, the cheeks gotta come out. She's gotta get those little rosy cheeks. And you can also accentuate it by just dipping in the middle. You kind of want the mouth to be kind of flat just because anime, a face is a plane, hurts me spiritually. It's a bumpy plane, but it's more or less a plane. And I mean, I don't know if you've noticed this, Duos, and this is what made me realize it. So when all the Hololive girls, they're 3D models, the face is a plane. Like, it is flat. And I was like, that's so weird. And I went back and looked at their live, and I realized, like, oh, it's because they're trying to mimic the style of like the Live2D. And like traditionally, Live2D faces, just like Japanese riggers, they rigged the face to be basically flat, and that's why. So that's why their faces, their 3D model faces. Mumei's still a bit of a flat face with the flat hair going on. Yep, that's because her rigger wrote the book. I mean, literally wrote the book on Japanese Live2D VTuber rigging. I always forget his name now. I used to know it off the top of my head, but I always forget his name nowadays. I don't know what's with that. I'm gonna look it up again. The face also has a custom normals, which make them feel more like a plane too. Yeah, both, yeah. Oh, Mumei doesn't have her... It's very funny that Mumei doesn't have her rigger in her bio. Only her artist. Okay. But yeah, so he literally wrote the book on VTuber Live2D rigging. And so a lot of Japanese Live2D rigging is based around his style. And he makes everything a plane. Like, he doesn't really go into the art meshes and try to make things look super round, which is fine. It's just like a style. I think this... I actually think the nose is going too far out compared to the rest of the face. And there's two ways we could fix that. We could make the face go out more, or we could make the nose go out less. Sometimes you don't realize what things are wrong until you mirror the motion and you're like, ah, that's wrong. Also, I will say that something that's messing it up is that this warp deformer is way too not detailed. So I think once I make this a little more detailed, there we go. Rariemon. Yeah, Rariemon. Yeah, Rariemon like literally wrote the book on Live2D rigging for Japan. So that's why everyone kind of goes with his style. Right, something I actually forgot when I did this is that this should be going out. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Because the brow bone juts out to the left even from this side, so wish we had an EN instruction book. Yeah, that's what YouTube's for, though. The Western audience doesn't read books. It's cool how much a rigger's personality and style can be reflected in their work. Shame that most agent VTubers are stuck with a small pool of riggers. Yeah, I agree. Rariemon is permanently associated with Korone for you. Interesting. Maybe I should have used the feathered one. So I have two different masks. I'll show you. I've got two different masks. This one is what I call the hard mask, and this one is the feathered mask. And I can use these for all the kinds of things that need just like a general mask that you're not going to see. So for instance, one of those is the nose that you've been seeing, how the full line suddenly starts showing when she looks left or right. Another one of those is when she looks up, the line of her chin is going to disappear, and that's going to be dealt with using the feather mask. And now I'm wondering if I've used the wrong kind of mask for the nose, if I should have used a feather mask rather than a hard mask. It's tough sometimes to know what way to handle things. Yeah. In Himono's thread that she wrote about this in, she said a lot of it has to do with lead time and like when the rigger is available, because I will tell you from experience that companies, agencies, all of them, they do things at the last second. They always do things at the last second. So they need riggers who they can call in at the last second and do their work at the last second. So that's a huge part of it. That's a huge part of why they only use certain riggers. Okay. Let's try doing up and down now. I like doing up and down, it's a lot easier. I hate that. It uncollapses everything. Okay, let's hide the face. Why did that not hide the cheek tattoo? Oh, because I undid that. That's right. Okay. There we go. Okay, to look up and down, the first thing I always do is I do the most general transformations first, which in this case is going to be shortening the head. We don't need this many vertical ones. In fact, we only need like 2. Make sure it's set to smooth 3. And just do a little of this as like a general. I want the chin to get a little smaller compared to the rest of the face. I also do a little bit of cheeky cheek action, which is not necessarily 3D correct, but I think it kind of looks cute. This one's a little bit too much. Rip popular artists with cues like French restaurants. Yeah. And we just do the opposite to go down. Although when we go down, we smush it less, because the back of the head comes up and kind of makes up for it. Makes up for the lost volume here, to the point where you even maybe want to like push that out a bit if you feel like it. And I kind of do pretty much exactly the same transforms looking down, where I poof out the cheeks a little bit. Again, not accurate, but cute. Need some Belindra clones. True. Oh, I need some Lua clones too. Pretty sure you're gonna pass out again? Gosh darn it, Belinda. I hope you're resting properly. I know you're not. You've been drawing so much recently. You've been drawing so much recently. What's with that? Hello? Real question, do we know who rigged the official Sonic VTuber models, since they are not great? Probably not, no. Maybe someone in-house even did it. Knuckles rigged him. But yeah, not too much needs to go on with the up and down. It's mostly the left and right where crazy stuff happens. So, let's do the face. Let's just start with 3. So we don't need to shorten this one. We won't want to go like that because the mouth, when she looks up, the mouth is already pointed a little bit down. Like that contour is already pointed a little bit down. So when she looks up, it's actually going to get longer. Just a little bit. So that's why we just go like this. And then it will naturally get longer because we didn't pull this one up. There we go. Probably want to go even farther. If anything, the eyebrow might get a little shorter. You're rebranding as Bolin drawing too much. Ugh. You still want to give rigging a go? I believe in you. You can do it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And then we're gonna crack that out to that. We're also gonna separate that into 4 because the rigging changes depending on where in the face it is. Like that. I want the cheeks to poof out. I want the cheeks to be poof poof. Poof poof cheeks. Poof poof cheeks. So cute. I love my poof poof cheeks. This is the brow bone jutting out slightly. And then gotta even that out for the eyebrow plane. Oops. Let's lower that down a bit. Smooth that out. Burnt Lindra. That's true. That's true. That's true. It looks weirdly fun. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Live2D rigging is so much fun. If anyone who hasn't tried it, I encourage you to try. The eyebrows need to get a lot smaller. So much so that I'm actually going to use the brush tool. That, and then looks much nicer than 3D rigging. So much weight painting. Yep. Yep. I can say that truthfully. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more... I think the thing about Live2D rigging is that it's like very immediately gratifying. Like, you do something, the results are right there. Which you can't really say about most other art forms, I think. Very, very satisfying. Let's do the nose. Again, like everything else, actually, we only shortened the top half. Actually, even then, technically, we're only supposed to shorten the... Watch this. We only shortened this part. Because that's the part of the nose that, like, slopes out and then points. We can shorten this one a bit too. But this is all about thinking about, all Live2D rigging is about thinking about the deltas of the face as it moves, okay? Each point has a delta. How far does this point move when you turn your face? And you just gotta change the way you think to match that. It looks a little bit weird. I can't tell if that's because I need a line here. I need to add that full nose line here. Fake 3D training to prep for real 3D training. Yeah. One day I want to make 3D figures. I want to make garage kits. You know, actually that day could possibly come soon. My nose is moving too much. Could come sooner than you'd think. Actually, I think that cheeks are moving too much too. Or maybe it's just that the whole head is moving too much. Except for the mouth. The mouth is moving correct. But then everything else is moving just a little bit too much. So maybe I need to... Oops. By the way, you can hold down the Alt key to rotate around the center. Otherwise, it'll go like this. Well, I guess to be fair, that's kind of actually what I want right now. And then let's move the mouth back up. Nope, that's worse. That's so much worse. I think I just need to move the cheeks down. The stream is going to be all Live2D and 3D jargon. Well, I'm hoping that this is informative. This is supposed to be an informative stream. Yeah, there we go. I don't know what level of informative it is as far as what the prerequisites are. But it is informative. That's good. That's all I care about. That's pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. You have 0 experience in your learning? There you go. That's all that matters. Okay, let's do the face in the opposite direction now. Also, I'm sorry. I have this bad habit, and actually I noticed that Himono does the same thing, which I think is so interesting. But I have this bad habit of when, let's say I'm on this eye and I want to go to the other eye, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to hold down middle button and drag. But what I do is I drag out and then I drag back in. That's how I go everywhere, is I drag out and drag back in. And I noticed that Himono does the same thing, which I think is so weird because I'm pretty sure the way I do that, I think the way I'm navigating is a holdover from when I learned 3D modeling when I was like a kid. Yes, you must have at least 5 years of experience before watching this stream. So I think it's really weird that we both do it the same way. So now, opposite to the mouth not changing size, the brow's not going to change size here. So, in fact, we could probably just go like this. And then we add more. I've noticed that a lot of Live2D riggers these days are very hesitant / just do not use Bezier curves, which I find so interesting. I think it's so much easier to get a more consistent result using Bezier curves. And it's just like a cleaner, it's like a cleaner outcome. But at the same time, I also get not wanting to do that because it is kind of annoying. But I also have like a, what's it called? a lot of experience using like Illustrator and other vector programs, so I like Bezier curves. They're very intuitive to me. God, I have hundreds of hours in Illustrator. By the way, I have one of the most annoying things in all of Live2D is this red transform box that appears by default when you select a warp deformer and you're on a keyform. And it makes it so that if you try to click the Bezier curve in the middle, you just can't do it. And so I have my Z key bound to hiding the transform box. You can change the hotkey to whatever you want, but since I always just have my hands on Control and Alt and Shift, Z is right next to it, and so it's very convenient. NURBS curves, on the other hand. Yeah, NURBS are a different story. Yeah, this sucks. Oh, I didn't move the whole face down enough. I also have C. I think by default C is... I actually can't remember what the default key is, if it's C or not. But I have, like, hide everything, hide selection bound to C, because that's also right next to it. And then I know this is the default. X, which is like you can change the pivot point of the transform box. Also very convenient. Okay, we're gonna pull up. Okay, I pull up. Hop out at the after party. Yeah, we love to Bacardi. Me and all my friends, we got the better party. She looks like a Cindy Lou Who. She looks like a Who with her nose there. And all the Who's down in Whoville did not. So just like the opposite of the top. Make the bottom shorter and the top longer. Forgot Bezier curves. I know people who don't get why simple splines are great and refuse to learn them in development. I can't get over how crispy the art is. I know, I'm so obsessed with this. I'm so obsessed with this model. It's so cute. It's so cute and so good. And the separation was basically flawless. The only cutting I had to do was that this flip right here was not its own, but everything else was pretty much flawless. This flip is also not its own, but I don't really care that much because you can barely see it anyways. But I'm like, oh my god, this model's absolutely wacky. Just this fur alone is 3 different layers. And this artist, way too cheap. Way too cheap. They need to up their prices. I beg of them. The mouth is not in the right place. You can feel the texture, yeah. There's, actually, it's not this artist, but there's another artist who does Live2D models, and the texture that they apply to models is literally insane. I can't remember their name at the moment, so I can't look them up, but like every single thing on the model has its own texture, and it's actually kind of a similar style to this style too, except that it's like highly textured. Oh, it's actually insane. It's so wacky. I don't like it. No. It's no good. I think it's the chin. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. That's good. Now we're talking. Blindrum Model 2.0 is going to be God tier. I believe in you. Are you going to rig it yourself? I believe in you. You should. You should try rigging it yourself, actually. Hell no. Oh, the mouth going up is wrong. Sometimes you can't tell what's wrong until you see it in like full motion. Full FMV. That's pretty good. Where's the eyes? We're gonna add that 3D eyeball texture that we did on the X and Y. That's the mouth. Mouth! You know it's cracked when you see a layer named Belt Shadow Upper Left 012 Pre-Multiply. Oh my god, you guys should have seen the layer names on Ritz's model. Actually wacky. Yeah, that looks good. Shall we try to look at it in a little bit of motion? Oops. Oh, I haven't added any layer physics. That would help. Import physics settings. I have a folder. Live2D assets, advanced physics settings are imported. There we go. Ignore the fact that only one eye is moving. Also that the highlights aren't moving. I haven't finished the eye even close. You think 2023 is gonna be blend shape stuff? I agree. I don't really even know what the hotness for 2022 was, though. I'm actually kind of surprised that no one's made a full AR kit VTuber model. It's like fully within the realm of doability. I guess I tried to, but at a certain point it was like pointless because anything that involved movement towards the camera was just pointless. Actually, I have seen some Live2D riggers. The avatar looks like mommy. Your mommy needs to be more caring. She's got a very harsh look to her. Anyways, I started like trying to do full AR kit tracking for this model, and I found it was pointless because a lot of them were like towards the camera, and you can't really express that in Live2D, nor would you really want to. I think it'd look kind of strange. So I just gave up on that, and I was like, what's the point? No point. Turns out even Live2D artists dread 52 blend shapes, not counting the additional drivers like eye smile. And that's the other thing too, is that like there's things that you want on a Live2D model that you just can't get with the 52 blend shapes, like the eye smile, and then it's pointless to even use them. Hello, welcome! We're talking about Live2D, we're talking about 3D. Actually, we're talking about, weirdly, about like, it's strange how much we're talking about 3D, but then we're also talking about, yeah, head movement, The idea of this stream is that by the end of the stream, the head movements will be done. Actually, we're honestly like, we still have to do the corners, and we still have to do the hair. The hair's gonna be a lot. The hair's gonna be a lot of work. I'm still not satisfied with her looking down. Honestly, I'm never satisfied with the way I make heads looking down. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I don't like it. I don't like whatever I'm doing. It's bad. Maybe it's the cheek. That's a little better. Oh, now it looks like weirdly flat though. That looks... That looks good. That looks a little better. I'll go with that. I will say also that once we add extended interpolation, things will smooth out quite a bit. So for instance, let me show you. Actually, it's S&S interpolation. Oh, not S&S. Oh god. Ah, terrifying. Never mind. It's elliptical. It's elliptical. There we go. So now it makes it nice and smooth. Here in the middle. You still tell it's wrong though. Also the nose. I didn't do it to the nose. Imagine rigging comedic neck folds when looking down at extreme angles and simply having a toggle for that. Artgun's chippy model that lays down has comedic neck folds when looking down. The one where she's just like lying flat on the floor. She has little neck folds. Anyways, I think this is okay for now. We can go back and fix it later. You love that model so much. Me too. I love it so much. I think it's so funny. Shall we do the hair? I quite like doing the hair, actually. So... we're just gonna lock the face up. We're gonna unhide the hair. So you see... hair's not moving. So let's fix that. Unfortunately, this model's hair is kind of complicated, so this one's in the wrong folder. There we go. We're gonna start with just the bangs, as I always do, or fringe, depending on where you live in the world. Like I always do. Okay, so first of all, the first thing I do is I move the center of the bangs to the center of the forehead, which is right there. Then I make it smaller and I start moving things in. Pop this out a little bit more. Move this out. Generally speaking, on the side that's like facing towards you once they're turned, there will be very little deformation on that once they get to the side. Maybe a little bit shorter in this direction because based on the curvature of the head, it actually won't be changing that much. But the side that's like faced away from you will be a lot shorter. At least that's how I do it. I don't know, you know. By the way, all of this is subjective. All of this is from my mind's eye. And I just have it go down straight because then the bangs hang straight. Also, we need a few more in this direction. And then we want the bangs to actually go towards the back of the head. Make sure you've got nice, smooth lines going all the way down and across. I think when you use the brush tool, that tends to get lost, is you lose the smooth lines. And the reason you want the smooth lines, even if it's like off here and you think it won't affect it, when you actually do the physics, like let's say this was like that or something, right? It's not really affecting the actual art, but as soon as this inside bang like swings over to the right, it'll like it'll like fly out. It'll get really deformed. So you want to make sure you've got nice smooth lines so that your physics don't freak out. And then from here, it's just kind of what looks good. This looks pretty good, but I will say that based on experience, in order to hide things, I know I need to pull this even farther. Just based on anime stuff. Even if it's not really correct. And then I might add a second. I probably will add a second. Or maybe I'll just do it manually. For this pink one, because this pink one is kind of like off doing its own thing, you know? Let's give it just a little more 3D-ness. Yeah. Looking good. And then we have this stuff on the side. So because it's totally separate, I just made them two separate ones because once you get to the Z, you want them to be two separate ones, usually. I mean, it doesn't really matter, actually, but I don't know. I could have made it all one thing, I guess. In fact, you know what? I probably should. You know what? Screw it. Yeah, I'm gonna make these all one. Put all four of these into one XY deformer. Side bangs XY. And then I'm going to make it a lot bigger because we need room for all the physics deformers. And maybe give it like 14 by 10-ish. Probably even more, but we can start with that. Okay, and because I made a whole one, then it'll be a lot easier to mirror it on either side. I only have to do like one pose, and then I can just mirror it to the other side instead of having to do it custom. But sometimes, depending on how you're doing layering stuff, it doesn't quite work out if you try to do that. If I do it like this way, we'll see. By the way, I'm holding down shift so that I'm only moving horizontally. And like I said, since this side doesn't even really change that much. So, part of the annoying thing about Live2D is that this in particular, this kind of hair formation is really hard. Because obviously, like, we should be seeing, like, the back side of these, basically, but that's not really possible. I'm also trying to figure out how I'm doing this bang here. I might even just give it its own. I might even just give this its own bang. RXY. Doesn't need this many. What's it called? Can't even remember what it's called. Anyways. Divisions. Okay. So, I'm trying to figure out what to do about this. And I'm almost thinking that I should mask it to the head. Almost. It doesn't help that this shadow is actually part of the art mesh and not separate. Otherwise, this would be slightly easier. Let's see. Let's see what happens when we mask this to the head. Kind of strange. Very strange, in fact. We just gotta cover our sins. We gotta somehow pull this in so far that it covers up the... Literally, hair and the bangs. Belindra separated shadows and highlights, right? Yeah, she did. Literally, like, the bangs and the side hair is, like, one of the most critical things of how far you can actually move a Live2D model. Maybe we'll just pull this back out and have it like that. I guess that makes it's perfectly fine. To the point where maybe I don't even need this second deformer here. Well, I need a little bit more than that, I think. Yeah, okay. So, here's the thing. I am considering doing some tricky layering stuff so that these little parts, these little flips, they go to the other side of her face. I frequently do that, but I think that because it always overlaps her face, it might look super weird to do that. I think instead of doing that, I actually already set up the model to be able to do that. You had to step away. Oh, no, it's no problem. They were just asking how much you separated your shadows, because I was lamenting that this one had its shadow built, this bang strip here had its shadow built into it. And also by having this bang on its own XY, it also gives it even more 3D effect, because now this middle bang, like, starts to overlap it a little bit more as it moves, you see? Which makes it look like the middle bang is jutted out farther than the side bang. Which looks good. Ah, Fululu, hello! Welcome! You're alive. She's alive! Got a little bald spot back here. Oh, by the way, I have a question for you. Do you want your eyebrows, like, showing a little bit through your bangs like this? Or no? Yes? Yes? No. Yes? No. Let me know. Yes, please. Okay, easy. I always like doing that because then you can actually, you know, see the eyebrows. But yeah, we're working on this hair right now. All your luscious, floofy hair. We might have to do some tricky stuff with the head, by the way. Okay, so for comedic purposes, I think it's always really funny to try to make the head nice and round, but in actuality, it's not really doable. I think, you know what? I'm gonna try something I've never tried before. Head shape. I've never tried this before because I've always wanted to have a toggle where they can go bald, but it's actually much harder to do than you would think. Head shape. Because the head needs to be hidden behind the hair, and the hair always has to be a certain shape. No, the hair's great. No, it's good to have a lot of hair. It's good to have a lot of hair. Hair hides my sins. Okay. So... first of all, let's bring this down. So this is the shape that Himono uses when she rigs. It's kind of like a Nendroid face plate. Kind of looks like this. God, it's these deformations. They're bringing me so much pain. In fact, I'm gonna redo them. Like that. And then and she like rotates the head. You just pull it in. So let's make this by 4. There we go. Head occlusion. Don't fully know what you mean. There we go. And then, there you go. Now it's hidden. Head is hidden behind the bangs. See, the more bangs, the more you can get away with. The more hair, the more you can get away with. It's beautiful. Love hair. Love hair on a Live2D model. Okay. So, let's, oops, don't. Want to do the bangs and the side bangs. And we flip. There we go. Now she can look both directions. Still not satisfied with what's going on with this pink strand, but we'll fix that later. Even in 3D, a lot of the hair covers the annoying spots. Yeah. Exactly. Let's do up and down, shall we? hear that? No bald Lindraw. Don't speak so soon. I'm curious what happens in a small focused chat room when buttons are pressed. Oh, my back is in so much pain. Less pain than yesterday. My back was in a ton of pain. But today, it still hurts a little bit. It's kind of strange because it's my upper back. My upper back almost never oh, whoa! Thank you for the gifted, Acer Bandit! And get a load of that. Got it a flash. Okay, I have a question. Did YouTube change it where you don't have to claim them manual anymore? Because my friend was saying that they got one and they weren't even here. So did YouTube change it? Thank you so much for the gift. 5 gifted, Acer Bandit. I need to plan what I'm going to do for membership content this month. You think it's automatic? Oh, okay. Interesting. Funny that they changed it without telling anyone. I think that's so weird. Because they made such a big deal of it when they first did it. Oh, man. I've been sleeping so much and I'm still tired. Okay, so this is what we gotta work on now. Oh, you know what the problem is? I figured out what the problem is with the head. We just have to move the whole head down. Yep, that fixed it. Now the nose isn't moving far down enough. Oops. There we go. Yay, we figured it out. Now her chin's doing a little wonky wonky. I'll fix that later. Anyways, bangs. Two by two. Have fun rigging and balding. Thank you so much again, Acer Bandit. I hope you have a great day. It is a Tuesday, in it. What am I doing? I need to turn that setting back on. Lock default deformer. Bye-bye, Acer. What's that? Oh, it's just the Bezier curve. I'm just that tired. Too much Fortnite last night. Fortnite was fun, by the way. I had a surprising amount of fun. Of course, it won't be fun as soon as we're not playing against bots, but, you know. Until then, it will be fun. Make sure I get lots of rest. Will do. Thank you. I have been getting lots of rest, though. I did a lot of exercise over the weekend, and that's why my back hurts. And so I rested a lot yesterday. That's why I didn't stream during the day when I really could have, probably. Although I had a doctor's appointment right in the middle of the day, so that didn't work out great, but. And also tomorrow I can't stream, I think. Yeah, I can't stream tomorrow. Thursday I don't have any plans. Friday I don't have any. What am I doing Friday? I didn't put out a schedule because this week is so weird. Oh yeah, Friday I can stream. I just have a thing at night. And then maybe Sunday we'll do a cleaning stream or something like that. I don't know. I don't normally stream on Sundays, but... just have bot join as an enemy, then we'd still be going against bots, true. But bot's actually good at video games, so we would never stand a chance against him. Although we do still have to hunt him for sport. We need to schedule that. Why does it look like it's... Wait, why is it doing that? That's a bug in... Wait, am I crazy? Oh, I must be crazy. Wait, let me check. I'm not crazy. Why is it bending in a little bit? I didn't ask it to do that. That's so weird. That's a weird bug. That's a really weird bug. Okay. I'm doing my best. I'm staying alive. Quirky program things. Oh, God. Live2D is the quirkiest of programs. Derogatory. It's the worst. Live2D sucks. Live2D has so many memory leaks. It's so frustrating. I have to like restart the program every once in a while. And so many bugs that I have to work around. We need an cheat creator to get up and running. We can dunk on bot for being good at Fortnite. I guess we could. You want to try Live2D? You should try Live2D. It's fun. Despite all its disgusting quirks. I went too far. I went too far with it. Still too far. And also this needs to be pulled down more. Still not satisfied with looking down, but that's fine. You know what we need? We need this. Stream idea. Decompile and fix Live2D. Oh my god, can you imagine? You know, there is a small Live2D like mod, like plugin community. Not community, it's really like 2 people, but I've always wanted to write Live2D plugins. I think it would make my life so much easier. Because I think I could write some stuff that like just really streamlines my process a lot. But then I decided not to because I'm like, I feel like my process is so unique that it wouldn't help anyone anyways, so I didn't bother. Okay, side bags. I really need to... I haven't even started that Gundam show, and I know it ended, and apparently the ending was sad. No spoilers, no spoilers, no spoilers. But I really need to do that. Do it for myself, it's still a major time saver. Would it be a major time saver? I'd still have to like learn to do it. Future Lua will thank you. I suppose so. Season 1? Wait, there's more seasons? There's gonna be more seasons? Oh. I feel less, incentive. Okay, yeah, that shit's really bothering me. There we go. So the thing about these side bangs, at least when I do them, I think about them like hanging down flat no matter what. When I think probably what you could do easily is like have it move with the full plane of the face. In which case it would move more like this. But I think about it where it doesn't actually change that much because the bangs are like hanging down with the face. Did I finish Bocchi? Yeah, I binged Bocchi in one day. The ending was so cute. Honestly, binging it was a horrible decision because I was kind of like, by the end, I was like, I wasn't like super invested. I don't know why I didn't get that invested. I must have missed something. Something like that. This side stuff is showing too much, huh? It should actually show less when you rotate that direction. Not more. But this side this side should show more shadow. Okay, let's reflect that. Better? You mean you weren't inspired to pick up guitar after watching like the rest of the weebs? Not really. It's Gundam, they need a mid-season upgrade mech. I see. That sounds about right. That's the whole programming thing, isn't it? Spend 3 weeks to automate something that you might need to only do once a day. Honestly, it really is, though. That's why I really only ever feel comfortable automating things for other people. Because it's like, I know that it will ultimately help their time management. Right? Because you know, they didn't spend any time working on the plugin or whatever. But if I'm working on my own plugin, it just feels like a net equal, you know? Okay, you know what we didn't do for the head yet? We didn't do this shadow stuff, so let's do that. I really don't understand why Live2D doesn't have a mirror setting on like the brush and stuff. What the hell's up with that? Maybe they do. I'm just not looking at it. I don't know. I don't see anything. Y'all say that, but I automated Auto Rig Pro exports and it's gonna save me at least a day per model. Well, yeah, when it's a thing that, you know, is tough enough, it makes sense. It makes sense. But I don't know what part of this I would automate and how I would do it. Like, there's not something that like is automatically sticks out to me as something I could automate. Except maybe like I don't know. I just found out there wasn't a mirror setting while watching others, and I was like, how? Well, I guess, yeah. For the most part, a lot of things... So, for the most part, a lot of things, it's like, you can mirror from, like, one looking direction to the other. Although I didn't actually know that for the first, like, 4 models I made. When I found out, I was so mad. Yeah, if you want to do just, like, something on either side, which was only for up and down, really, then yeah, it's kind of a hassle. Automate the mirror brush. Add a mirror brush to Live2D? I guess that's not that bad of an idea. We'll put it on the back burner. Find everything else. And by the time I finally get around to it, they'll have added that as a feature already. So, this little bad guy. Oops. Bad boy. Bad guy. This exists here to hide the chin. Come on, hide the chin. Line art. However, this white line here, that is a byproduct of the way that Live2D does masks, and I'm not particularly happy about it. But I also don't really know what to do about it, so. Unlock default deformer. Oops. I'll make it smaller at the start. Yeah, that makes sense. I was wondering this about Live2D. I'm not super familiar about the process, so excuse my ignorance, but can you copy information from, like, physics from one model to another, like in 3D, or absolutely not? Not really, no. So, well, kind of. So, like, let's say for your ears, for instance, because ears tend to be fairly similar setup no matter what. Let's say we had some ears here, and I wanted to copy the movement of the ears from one model to another. I can't really do that. There's some kind of really tricky stuff that you could be able to do, but a lot of the movement is so dependent on exactly the way the art is drawn that you can't really do it. Now, on the other hand, if you wanted to copy how it moves, like the actual, like, physics pendulum, you could definitely do that. So, for instance, all of this right here, you can't really see it that well on the stream, but I have this huge list here of presets that I made, and I just imported with one button. And you can also export them, so you can export the physics settings and you can import the physics settings. And these are just, like, all the ones that are super common. So, for instance, this pendulum is for all the bangs that move on the right side of the head, and there's a one for the left side of the head. There's one the only one that's currently actually doing anything is the depth on the left side. The eye depth, which you can't really even see. But yeah. You got an email walking home that you got a gift sub? Yeah, you got a gift sub. Apparently, YouTube gift subs are automated now. So, you actually kind of can, like, copy deformers from one model to another by exporting them as parts and then importing them. But at the same time, I've tried that and it didn't really work very well. But I need to play around with it more. It might help for the chibi models that we're going to be working on. Yeah, no problem. Also, all of these parameters, these aren't like the default parameters. These are all parameters that I have saved and I just import them. Well, some of them are default, but you know what I mean. Especially the hair. The hair is always the same, and it's always very tedious, so I just have like a huge import. Arms too. There's some for hands, which I should actually delete. Oh, the hands aren't here. Oh, I must have already deleted them. Anyways. So yeah, we did that. Fun. Oh, right, the head shadow for looking down. There we go. I could do some fun tricky stuff here too, where I like poof out the cheeks a little bit, bring it in here just a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I also have a bunch of stuff hidden. Let's take a look. I have all the bangs, shadows hidden. There's more. I don't know where they are, but oh, that's right. They're in the cheek folder. There we go. So let's see how that looks with that. Oof! Woof! I've goofed, apparently. Where is this stuff? Okay, so both of these should go on the hair side bangs. Who should also go on the hair side bangs? These. Why are those there? There you go. So right now they're just following them directly, which is not what we want. We just gotta do this fun little thing where when we look left, they move right. When we look right, they move left. To make the bangs a little more 3D, although I might futz with that actually. I don't like that so much. Maybe not for the side bangs, but definitely for the main bangs. Let's see here. These guys. There you go. Okay. Same with up and down. Up. The bangs actually move up. Down. Bangs actually also move up. It's weird. Maybe I just won't move them when you look up. Because technically what would happen is your bangs like fall against your face and there'd be less shadow. I don't know, it's kind of weird. But like, just speaking of 3D, there should be more. Okay. So right now, you know what they don't do? They don't they don't look up. She doesn't look up in the corners. She can only look up, down, and left, right. But she can't look up and left. And in fact, you'll see that a lot of stuff is like freaking out because those are changes I made after I had already like assigned the up and down parameters. Because the further the object, the lighter the shadow. I'm not even thinking about that. Although that's a good point too. I should start playing with the opacity of the shadows more. You're pulsing. It's fine. Yep, yep. Oops. Oh god. Okay, we're just gonna select everything, and then I'm gonna unselect the things that are asymmetric. like the eyeball. Don't know. Yeah, okay, everything else is fine. Wait, which of these don't have X and Y? Wait, huh? All of these should have Y. Oh, this doesn't. And this doesn't. Okay. So, to fix that, you just gotta go like this. I believe in you. There you go. Takes a second. Go to the other side. Copy. Paste. Because we want it so that when you're looking left and right, no matter what the up value is, it's the same, because then we'll go ahead and edit it from there. There you go. Perfect. So, when you're looking left, up, here's what you do. And make sure all the major deformers are selected. Oops. Like so. I have distort mapped to D. And you just pull it up there. And you can test how that, you want to follow the curve of the eye line, basically. Actually, before we do that, I want to do the perspective stuff that I did earlier, that I undid. Perspective. Bigger. Smaller. Oops, 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 oops. Wrong. Wrong. Okay, I probably should have done that stuff earlier, but whatever. Okay. So we have the major deformers selected. Head, face, nose, side bangs, and bangs. We do the temporary deform tool perspective. Make it bigger, a little bit bigger on the left and a little bit smaller on the right. So that when she rotates, it's almost imperceptible. We can also add a little bit of distort, just a little bit. There you go. So now you can compare. So this is, let me get rid of this guide. So this is it with the perspective and distort, and this is without. With, without. With, without. Hope all is well. Thank you. It is well. Besides me being a little sore because I overexerted myself just a little bit this weekend. So there you go. This just adds just the touch of like a head rotating around a cylinder that is a neck, you know? It adds that perspective. And then all we have to do is hit reflect. And now it works both ways. Although I'm actually... not sure if I liked the distort that happened there, but it's fine. It's good. Do the same with the up and down. No distort, but a little bit of perspective. Chin gets just the tiniest bit bigger. Head gets just the tiniest bit smaller. I learned this from Kira Mori, by the way. Kira or Mori? What is her name? Smaller. Just a little bit larger. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Looks so good. Hola, buenos dias. Okay, so we actually did change this. We have to do that copy thing that I already did. Oh my god, look at that. We can see the distortion. How's my day today? Bien. Oh boy, that was my shoulder. Okay, now we're ready to start on this stuff. So, yeah, could you hear that? Could you hear that? Wasn't that wacky? My body cracks so much. So we want to make sure the eye line matches up. So actually, I'm going to just add a little guideline here. Kind of more or less matches up. Almost. We're going to do a lot more than this, but this is just the first step. Okay. Then we're going to start going in. We're going to start moving everything up. You might want to change from smooth all to retain. I should probably do this in the order that I originally did it, which is the face first. Face. So she's looking up now. So we want to warp the whole face looking up a bit more. And smoosh it just a little. And let's change the head. Let's smoosh the head. We can do some specifics on the head in a second too, but let's move the nose is always the trickiest for me. The nose is so weird when it comes to these angles. Because, I don't know, I just don't even know how it's supposed to look, honestly. Still learning. So I guess it should kind of line up with the... yeah, that's good. Eh. Nope. Don't you wish... Huh? What? Non-Euclidean anime noses. Yep. Okay, we can go on and start doing some specifics like the cheek going up a bit. And the brow bone. The hair's kind of messing with my perspective. Let's hide those shadows. Boop. 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 There's a few more. Where are they? Oh, here they are. Boop, boop. Okay, now I can see better. The whole head needs to be moved down a bit. What's happening here? What's happening here? Why can I not move? Huh? Why is it not letting me move? one of these locked? It's not letting me move. Oh, because the side bangs are hidden. Right. Okay. Oh, head. I just want to move this whole thing down a bit because it's like too high up. There we go. I will say, actually, this form of head angles is actually from Rariemon. This is how he does head angles. I think a lot of Western artists do it totally differently. They make it so that, like, looking up is more straight across. Like, it's a little more box, where I'm basing mine around a circle. And I do think there's technically allowed, like, that way of doing it allows for more motion. But I think that this is just a little smoother. Just slightly a little smoother. When all said and done. Beep, 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 beep. It looks good. I'm glad. Glad you think so. Yours is the only opinion that matters. All other compliments need not apply. Yeah. Oh, here we go. So excited. Never in a million years did I think I would see the day. Honestly, it's so amazing to see the process too. Oh, I'm glad. I'm actually always nervous when I rig a Live2D model on stream, because even though I explicitly ask, like, hey, is it okay if I rig your Live2D model on stream? You know, I'm like, oh, maybe they want to do like a model reveal. Maybe they haven't shown people yet. You know, I get nervous about that. That's why we call her Lua very insanely talented. Lucky, untrue. Facts and facts. Lies, Manelli. Lies is what I meant to say, not facts. 4 maybe? Yeah. Oh. So whenever you see something that like, when you go across, it seems to like grow or stretch or something, that means that the volume of the piece is not being consistent and you've done something wrong. So here you can tell that the bangs are like growing in size as we go across. Oop, oh god. Even still a little bit there. Let me get rid of some of these guidelines. All your anime and manga consumption over the past decades have trained my mind's eye. No. Honestly, this is all from 3D modeling. 3D modeling and like sculpting and ow, my back. Yeah, honestly, I actually think that if I think I suffer a little bit because of it, because you know, Live2D, the whole point of Live2D is that you can make it look like an anime or manga from like any perspective, but I personally try to make it look like a 3D model, like subconsciously, sometimes to my detriment. Like honestly, when I was rigging yours, Belinda, I had that problem a lot because I kept trying to like make it look like a 3D model, but it just doesn't work with the style. Time for a nice stretch break. That's true. I'm touching my toes. Oh, my upper back. It's like right in between my shoulder blades. That's where it hurts. Oh, I thought that dude had sausage fingers for a second. Like everything everywhere all at once. I feel like most people would want that 3D look with 2D stylization with Live2D models. Probably. But it does make some models harder to rig. That feel when I try the opposite to make all my 3D models look 2D. Yeah, that's the funny thing, isn't it? That's the funny thing, isn't it? And I think that's why people like Arcane so much, right? Oh, did you? Okay. Side note. Have you guys seen the, have you guys seen the trailer for the new Puss in Boots movie? This is really random, but I promise it's relevant. I swear to, I'm pretty sure that in that movie, they actually they use both 2D and 3D, which I thought was pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure that movie uses like they do like 2D backgrounds and stuff, and which actually in a lot of ways is the most economic way to do it, because if your actual camera work doesn't move, then it's pretty economic to just use a 2D background. You've heard nothing but good things about that movie. I don't know anything about it, but I was watching RuPaul's Drag Race and I couldn't skip the commercials, so I had to see that Puss in Boots commercial like 4 times. And so I just kept looking at it and I was like, yeah, that looks really like a comment. Like I can tell that a lot of the backgrounds are 2D. Sometimes I think like sometimes I know like studios will be like, we spend a lot of time making this 3D background look 2D, and I'm like, if the camera's not moving, then why? Why did you do that? What was your purpose? Just make it 2D. Like there's no reason. Like 3D rendered in 2D. That film has come out of nowhere, and I keep seeing people saying it's great. Like I'm saying that I'm pretty sure that they literally just drew the background, like in 2D. I like when the mouth opens, they add graphical elements to it. Oh, do they? I've only seen the commercial. So this might not be perfect. In fact, I know it's not. In fact, we haven't really changed the head shape any at all. So let's do that. Smooth lines. Looking at the trailer, it's a cool style. The movie has a lot of drawn aspects to it, like mattish feeling of some parts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're using the PS1 background check. That's what I'm thinking. Also, so weird to me that they're coming out with a spin-off movie, like, 20 years after the movie. You know? It's so funny. But I guess he had nothing really to do with the original anyways. So they're like, whatever. I don't know if I like that. But also, I think the mouth is moving weird. Oh, I have the wrong smoothing on. I'm like, why does this seem so hard? Card Captor Sakura. This is the second Puss in Boots movie? Oh yeah! Okay, actually I did know about the other one. Because when I saw the commercial for this one, I was like, isn't this an old movie? But I guess not. Okay, we need to move the whole thing down a little bit more. Made all those changes to the head and now I have to revert some of them. Because the chin is changing size. That's good. The first one had Humpty Dumpty. Interesting. Okay, hair's definitely not done. Let's get this hair going. I always have the hardest time with the hair of all things in the corner angles. I don't know why. I think that's actually good. And then we select all these bad boys and reflect their motion. Here we go. We've got almost all of the work done for these head angles. We just gotta do the bottom now. Same thing, but looking down. So, do you remember the process? First, we select all of these top deformers for the head. I click D to turn on distort. We distort it down so that the eye line more or less matches up with the straight looking down one. That's fine. And then we just start going ham on it. All needs to get a little shorter. Especially the head. Maybe just make it pointing down and round it out. I'm gonna go in for the details. Like the brow bone coming down a little bit farther, and the cheekbone coming up a little bit farther. Or going down a little bit farther, I mean. And then the nose. Such a labor-intensive process, huh? It's really impressive how you're able to keep focus. I think I would lose my mind. Well, I definitely did lose my mind the first, like, 10 times I did this. But, because I know what I need to do, in my head it's just like a checklist. And in addition to that checklist, I'm also just like visually looking at it and being like, okay, does this look correct? Like, what's happening here that I haven't done that I need to do? Let's change that head shape. So it really is like sculpting. To be honest, I actually approach almost everything I do from the lens of like sculpting. Like subtracting here, adding here, even sewing, I think about it the same way. When I'm sewing clothes, I do a lot of cosplay and stuff. So when I'm like sewing cosplay, I think about it where, oh, this dart here is actually subtracting clothing so that the clothing goes inwards towards the stomach here, right? That kind of thing. So. Which is a pretty helpful perspective for Live2D, I think. Oof, look at that cheek. Screw up. The process of working towards a vision? Yeah, basically. Kind of. Honestly, I don't really have like a vision in mind. I don't have like a goal in mind. I just move it, and if it feels like if I think it's moving wrong, like my eyes just tell me, look, that's moving. Like, for instance, right before I did that. Take a look at this chin here when I move up and down. Doesn't that chin seem like it's moving to the right when I go down? Maybe it doesn't to you, but to me it does. So I move it left. And now it doesn't really feel like it's doing that. So that's exactly how I approach this. I'm just moving. I do this set checklist that I know based on practice pretty much works. And then I look at it with my eyes and I see like, oh, that's wrong. And then I just change it. That's how I do everything. The nose is still wrong too. Although again, the nose is something I've always had trouble with. To me, it never quite looks wrong at all. So I don't really know what to do. Like, it looks wrong, but I can't tell, but it doesn't look like it's moving. So I can't tell how to fix it. See, in this case, it kind of looks like I should rotate it. Like, what? That's not right. I'm so bad at noses. The bottom of the nose should line up with the middle of the mouth, technically. Technically speaking, you're right. But I haven't done that up to this point. It does feel like it needs to come in, though. See, now it does feel like it needs to be rotated. I do need to change the head shadow. Let's do that really quick. Okay. Shall we go for it? They'll need to be moved up. They're too far down. Or the base one needs to move down farther. Both would solve this. I just added elliptical interpolation, which should make it smoother. There we go. We didn't flip floppy swap. We didn't reflect this one. There we go. Okay, also we didn't do the hair. Come on, hair. Ah, no. That's the opposite of what I wanted to do. There we go. Okay. So we didn't do any of this yet. Reminds me of a ball jointed doll faceplate. I cannot unsee it. I have a ball jointed doll. I was at one point a ball jointed doll enthusiast. Not very hardcore though. I wasn't like super into it, to be honest. I was more interested in making clothes for it. But I never did. Unfortunately, which still kind of bums me out. Well, I tried to. It turns out making small clothes is insanely difficult. Always wanted to make clothing for them in Monster High. See, okay. I want to do VTuber dolls. I have all of the stuff to do it. I want to do VTuber dolls. I know someone made an Iron Mouse one. I want to do that. Get me in on that action. Oh, there we go. Now you can see it really clearly. I can see clearly now the rain has come. I wonder, depending on the size, I guess it could be pretty useful as reference for angles as well, right? Like for the nose, for instance. Ball jointed dolls, at least mine, isn't that anime looking. Unfortunately. It would, you know what's the biggest helpful reference actually? Is my own 3D model that Nuos made. I use that as reference sometimes. See, this is like... Okay, that's maybe a little bit too much. Moonlight Jewel is insane? I don't know what that is. That makes sense. Like looking in a mirror and then making animations. Yeah. Okay, this whole thing is not quite. Yeah, see these side bangs are like freaking out. Not quite sure how to fix this though. Live2D's autos. Oh, Live2D's crashing. Oh, I should save. I just realized I haven't saved in like since the beginning of the stream. Okay, we're good. How many times did I press Control Save? At least 4 times? Just once. I think Live2D would implode if I did that, if I pressed it more than once, honestly. I used to, like, press it a bunch. But I don't think I can't remember what program that was for. Looks pretty good to me. Let's reflect. Shall we go for it? Look at that. Look at that. There's gonna be all kinds of modifications and changes I'll make along the way, but that's it. That's the bread and butter of it. Unreal and Visual Studio, I always just pressed a few times, but it's safe than sorry. The thing is that Live2D, when you're saving, it like freezes the program, so it's pretty clear. Here, let's go into physics. Oh no, only one eye's moving, and it's only like a part of the eye. Here. Settings for cursor tracking. Here we go. Unset. Unset. Okay, there we go. Oh, I didn't finish the little mask. I'm still not 100% happy with this, but we'll fix it. Much 3D, very wow. Much 3D, very wow. Wait till you see when I do the towards at the very end of the process, like I'm about to deliver the model. That's when I go into these art meshes in the hair and I like change them for the angles. It looks so good. Like especially for these, actually, you know what, let's just do that right now. I want these little guys. These little guys need their own adjustment. So once you have, these are all the major X and Y movements that we've done. Then you start making these little baby ones that do all the like detail work. So for instance, when she looks right, we want these to move backwards. We could just use distort. So now, it's really barely much of a difference here, but come on. Let's say he's auto-saving. Okay. So now they're moving a little bit separate, see? Makes it not look quite so flat. And we can just reflect that. The physics? Oh, we're not doing physics today. We're not doing physics today, unfortunately. This is when you start really getting into the wacky stuff. There's all the little adjustments. And anyways, I can just use the synthesized corners because it's such a small change that it won't look strange. Oh man. Oh, the physics on this. You know what, I'm also worried about the ears. I'm also worried about doing the ears. I did all this crazy like head turning, and the ears are going to be really wacky to match that up. We also haven't done the head back at all. We haven't done these side hairs. Not torso. Which are their own battle. It's in here. In fact, I've already set up these little tiny itsy bitsy. It was an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini that she wore for the first time today. Itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. You guys know that song? That song was played so much when I was a kid. It was an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini. I don't even want to think about up and down for this right now, but we can do the rest of these little guys, left and right. Not in the Netherlands, but it's not much of a surprise. Fair enough. Yeah, I have no idea how popular or not popular. Unlocked core memory. Right? That's what I'm saying. It was red, itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow. I don't even think there's any other words to this song. Stuff like this is kind of fun because there's not really like an absolute correct answer. Look at this. Okay, look at this stuff I set up because I'm a genius. So so basically I made it so that when she moves her head, it's still resting on her chest, but you can move the top depending on the head. I've learned forethought. I've unlocked the skill forethought. Is what I'm trying to say. That's what Nuos kept mentioning for my character, I think. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Because you also have these long dingly danglies. Please, please, please. When it auto-saves, it almost crashes. Because Live2D is a really great program like that. Okay, the last one is this one. Hell yeah, that looks sick as hell. Okay, and then to do these for the other side, we just need to copy them. This is only temporary to see what it looks like. Speaking of which, there was an adjustment I noticed I'd like to make on Belindra's sideburns. Okay, can do. Oh no! That was really weird and very concerning. Oh no! Oh god! Oh, we need to end stream soon. My Live2D is not happy. This one goes into the middle one. This one goes into this one. This one goes into that one. There we go. Let's hide her ears so we can see this better. Get a load of this. Now we just need to do the head back, which we can do right now too, because I set it all up. I set it all up. I had the forethought. Just gonna take this and bloop. Take this and bloop. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I just reflect it. Get a load of that. It's kind of weird that the way the like red peeks through makes it kind of almost look like it's like a mistake or something, but that's absolutely how it's supposed to be. What is this? Oh, it's this. Okay. I think that will just require moving this, which we can do. Didn't want to do that right this second, but I want it to look good before we end off. for the day. There we go. She can successfully fully look left and right. I don't like how that looks, but we'll deal with that later. Or right now. You finished the head up real fast? I guess it's only been 3 hours. That's pretty good. We didn't do this stuff for the up and down and corners and stuff, but you know, whatever. Whatever, you know, whatever. Ugh. The corners for these things is what's really gonna kill me. Why can't I see chat on this screen? God, I hate Streamlabs so much. I really, truly do. Okay, there we go. Stream Elements. I said Streamlabs again. Stream Elements. But yeah, so obviously there's a lot of work to do. So much work to do, but head angles. This was head angles. Welcome to Advanced Head Angles 101. Maybe I should retitle this video Advanced Head Angles. I don't know. I think it looks pretty good, right? And by the way, zero reference. Didn't look at a single reference this whole time. Because I'm stubborn. Although I liked Belindra's Twitter post that she made last night about using references. That's very smart. It's good and smart. But yeah. Anyways. VOD watcher perks. Big stretch. References are good. It's hard to find references for head shapes where they're like looking up and to the right exactly perfectly. You think the adjustment I made to the nose at the end looks good? That's good. Speaking of which, did I actually like... Yeah, I think that looks good. Take my own photo of my face? Become an anime character? Oh, maybe I'll use one of those AI art filters, right? That'll do it. Okay, well, thank you so much, everyone. Let me save. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. This was good stuff. I mean, I have considered like taking a screenshot of like my 3D model. But then I just feel like I'm ripping off Nuos. Grab a figurine. The problem is with my figurines is that they are all Shiro Miwa figurines. Which, if you know anything about my mic just fell off my table. If you know anything about Shiro Miwa figs, art style. It's pretty specific. God, you know what my dream would be? My dream would be to rig a HoloLive model drawn by Shiro Miwa. That would be my dream. Come hang out on stream with me. I actually probably will do that. I might be a little late because I'm calling with someone at 7. I don't know how long that'll go. I would die if that happened. That's all I want in life. That's all I want in life is to rig a life C model by Shiro Miwa. Oh, what I would not give. Anyways, so yes, I will. If that's a real invitation, I will absolutely take you up on that, because I'm gonna be continuing on this model for like the next 3 days. That's pretty much all we're gonna be working on. Yeah, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. And then after that, we have a quick model to do, and then I'm actually out of commissions, but I have some personal projects I need to rig, so including Farah. We still need to rig Farah's model too. Oh my god, exactly 3 hours. Okay, let's head out. Let's head out. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, goodbye. I'll see you later on Belindra's stream. If you're not already following her on Twitch, go to twitch.tv/Belindra, and I'll be working on this there tonight. So you better show up. Good night, everybody. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.